So why would I start something like NewsClick? It's a question. I think that's a legitimate question that needs to be asked and for me to answer. So it started from my feeling that our generation, is missing out on the fact that this generation, your generation, my son's generation, they are not going to get their content, what is happening in the world, how to look at this, from print anymore. The text is something that's not their primary way of acquiring knowledge or understanding. They are a much more visual generation than your generation is much more a visual generation than our generation. If we want the younger generation to listen to us, we have to communicate in a medium they're comfortable with. That's how NewsClick started. Why did it happen is a question that you people have to answer, because what am I going to say on that? I would believe that it happened because of the kind of reporting we do, and the enforcement directorate can claim that it happened for other reasons. Basically, it's a search and seizure warrant to look for evidence based on what they seem to have argued that there is violation of A, B, C, D. In this, they got stuck because I never delete my emails. So I have a huge number of emails. So they had a lot of problems trying to download the emails from from my Gmail account. Though they have said that I did not let them seize my communication devices on my laptop. The reality is my laptop, my tablet, and 2 of my phones, which were the basic phones that I used, I don't have a phone right now, was basically taken away, seized by them. Gautam he's a senior journalist. He was associate editor and then consulting editor something in EPW. EPW is a magazine of impeccable credentials, and he worked as a journalist for a relatively low salary. So I haven't even understood why that has become an issue. All the information regarding our financial investments, transactions, whatever are there, and they're public documents. They're available on the government's websites because we file detailed reports, returns on this. It's all available. So I cannot really respond to what's happening today, because every day some new allegations are thrown at us. So we will respond in terms of what we think are to be responded to at periodic intervals. But this is not our game, that we defend each and every allegation that is thrown at us. This is a game that will keep us completely engaged and distract from what we really want to do, which is continue with what our basic purpose is: cover people's issues. Foreign investment, even today, up to 26% in digital platforms is legal. Okay, our foreign investments are much lower than that. There was nothing illegal about it in any case, because till then, this declaration is quite recent. There was no bar on foreign investment in digital platforms. That is one. So what is the issue? I have not understood. Why is this being raised? Even that I don't understand. Secondly, our business model has been, our basic the revenue model has been that we sell good quality content to platforms abroad. One particular platform or one particular entity buys this from us and distributes it in other places. Again, all the transactions are open, returns have been filed. This is how companies do their business. They have capital and they have revenues. So I have not understood why is it a crime for doing business which is supposed to be entirely legal. So this is the fact that we are able to generate revenue and we have generated some investments. Why is that considered something a problem? Why is it being considered as something wrong? I have not understood where this is coming from. One investment came in as investment. That was one lump sum investment. This is monthly billing and monthly income. So there is, I think we have a 3-month billing cycle. And we bill every 3 months and we get our income every 3 months. That's over a period of, I think, more than, I don't have the exact number of months, but it's almost over 2 years. Let us accept that the officers who came might have come in good faith. Okay, they behaved very nicely with me. That's not that they behaved badly with me, but they didn't. But the process itself in India becomes the punishment. That's the problem. So yes, the process continues. It is going to be one which is going to stretch us as an organization and stretch people who are directly going to face all of this. So our attention, our focus will have to shift to some of these issues. But as I said, this is a problem of law enforcement in this country, that in spite of the fact that we get virtually no convictions, but the process can go on for years, and that itself becomes then the issue. And I must say there are similarities, but there are also dissimilarities. At that time, it is true that the administration had powers by which the press had been muzzled. But this was out of a coercive instrument, which was the Maintenance of Internal Security Act, the various press freedoms which was curbed, the Defence of India rules, the whole set of legal structure which was used to muzzle physically the voices of the people. This was something which did not have a solid organized force supporting the government, and it was something which was imposed from above. Second, Congress did not have an ideology of a kind where you decide that certain sections are outside the pale of Indian citizenship. But what we are seeing now is something different. The structure of the state apparently is the same. What is happening within that, things are being hollowed. And what you are seeing is also the rise of organized force which complements state power. So this kind of politics, which I will say sectarian politics, which decides who is a citizen and who is not. So all this exclusionary politics is something which the Congress by its genetic composition did not have, but the RSS has it as a part of its genetic composition. It's part of its genes. So I think that's a difference. What you have is the kind of informal authoritarian regime which the laws exist but neither the court enforces it fully. The courts prolong the cases, so justice is really denied. So yes, the formal trappings of the justice system is there. Formally the press freedoms are there, but then you have different instruments now to silence the press and also not silence the judiciary as much as make judiciary accomplices. And I think therefore this is a longer battle and a more difficult battle, because the battle is not only retaining our rights but also for the minds and hearts of the people.